Hello everyone and welcome back. Today I want to talk about something that almost everyone experiences at some point in life, and that is related to career transitions. Maybe you are changing industries, maybe you are looking for a new job, the way I'm looking for a new job. So maybe you are returning to work after a break, or perhaps you are building something on the side while working full time. If that's where you are today, this conversation is for you. And let's begin with one simple thought: delayed success is not failed success. Those two things are completely different. Okay, so we often compare the timelines when it comes to delayed success or career transition. Okay, so one of the biggest challenges today is comparison. We scroll through social media and see someone getting promoted, and someone launching a business, someone publishing a book, someone buying a house, okay, someone winning an award. And without realizing it, we begin asking ourselves, you know what is that question? That question is that, am I behind? But here's something important to remember: you are comparing your daily life to someone else's highlight reel. Okay, so everyone has a different timeline and everyone works according to their timeline. Career isn't always a straight line. Growing up, many of us imagine career as simple. Okay, they are supposed to study, become graduate, and then they're supposed to get a job, and then they work for years, and then they retire. And the reality looks very different. People change careers, they learn new skills, they move cities, they start businesses, take breaks, return stronger. Career paths often resemble winding roads rather than straight highways. Okay, so if I talk about my own perspective, I would like to say that as someone who has worked in journalism, content writing, blogging, authorship, and creative projects, I have learned that careers naturally evolve, and each role taught me something different. So, journalism strengthened my research and communication, and writing books developed patience, and blogging encouraged curiosity. Creative projects expanded my perspective, but you know what? None of these experiences were wasted. Every chapter prepared me for the next. And you know what? What happened during the transition? Transition doesn't mean starting over. This is one of my favorite lessons, that it is nothing like related to starting over. When you change careers, you are not beginning from zero. You are beginning your experience with you. Okay, it means that you are bringing your experience with you. It means that communication skills, problem solving, time management, creativity, discipline, confidence. So there's nothing like you're changing the career, but yes, you are just giving a direction to your existing skills. So these skills travel with you wherever you go. So, but it doesn't mean that you are delaying the success. Okay, so delaying doesn't mean impossible. Sometimes opportunities arrive later than expected, because that doesn't reduce their value. So imagine planting two seeds. Okay, one grows in 6 months and another takes 3 years, and both become trees, but in different timing, because they have different journey. But those two trees have equal worth. So life works similarly. Okay, so if the life works similarly, then it means that success has different seasons also, and there are seasons of learning. So if there are seasons of learning, then it means that there were two experiments that happened and that worked quietly. So there were seasons for working quietly, and there were seasons for recognition. So if you're currently in a learning season, don't mistake it for failure. Learning is productive, so don't doubt on it. Whatever you will learn, you will get the outcome out of it. Rejection isn't always personal. Okay, so it is very interesting, and let's talk about something uncomfortable, and that is related to rejection. And because many creators, many publishers, many writers, and many professionals and every entrepreneur experiences it. You know why? Because a rejected application, an unanswered email, a missed opportunity, a proposal that doesn't work out, it hurts. It hurts, but rejection often redirects us towards something better suited to our strengths. So what we get in our life is the most suited and most desirable job, most desirable career that we derive from our existing skills. Okay, so people celebrate promotions, they rarely celebrate preparation. It means that the online course you completed, the resume you updated, the interviews you practiced, the portfolio you built, the books you read, it means these invisible efforts eventually become visible results. Okay, so they eventually became visible results because there was a career transition that required courage, your courage to do something in your direction, to change the comfortable zone to an uncomfortable one. But you may wonder, what if I fail? Okay, it doesn't mean that you are not at all asking another important question, that what if I never try? Okay, so it means that growth usually begins outside familiar routines. So you're not supposed to follow the linear format to achieve success. You can also change as the world is going quickly. Like new technology appears, new industries emerge, new opportunities develop. The people who continue learning remain adaptable. Every skill you gain increases future possibilities. That's the main lesson that you can learn during the learning experience. So don't let age become a barrier. Sometimes people say, I'm too late. I don't believe learning has an expiration date, but it doesn't go with that. Okay, people begin businesses later in life, publish books later, return to education later, discover passions later, and progress has no deadline. But when I say return to education later, it means that they can only return to their higher education later. But we often wait for major achievements before celebrating. But small victories deserve recognition too, like finishing a certification, completing a project, attending an interview, learning new software, and writing consistently. Okay, so these moments build confidence. And that confidence leads to success, and success isn't only about job titles. Sometimes success looks like better balance, meaningful work, peace of mind. But you know what? There's also one important element that really infuses confidence, and that is related to creative freedom, financial stability, helping others. So your definition of success should reflect your values, not someone else's expectations. So patience is a professional skill. So have patience. Have patience, because it doesn't mean doing nothing. Patience means continuing to improve while waiting for opportunities. So what you are learning is that you are learning to continue learning, continue networking. You are learning, continue applying. You are learning to continue creating. Because preparation meets opportunity, and that are more often than luck. So what you can build while you wait is that if you are searching for your next opportunity, use the waiting period wisely, improve your portfolio, take online courses, volunteer, write, and create content. You can also learn a language and develop digital skills, and every step strengthens your future. Okay, so do not doubt on yourself or your capability or potential, because your journey is unique. Maybe you are not that person who comes earlier, but no two careers look identical. No two persons look identical. Some people have different path, others discover it through exploration, and neither journey is better. Different experiences create different strengths. Okay, so there's a question for you, and I would like you to think about this. If fear wasn't holding you back, what career would you explore? What skill would you learn? What opportunity would you pursue? And sometimes asking ourselves honest questions opens unexpected doors. So if you're currently in transition, please don't assume you have fallen behind, because transitions are not signs of failure. They are often signs of growth. So the chapter you are living today may become the experience that prepares you for tomorrow's opportunity. So remember this. A delayed opportunity is still an opportunity. A slower journey is still progress. A career change is still success. And quiet preparation is never wasted. Okay, so thank you so much for spending these moments with me. If today's conversation encouraged you, I would love to know what career transition are you currently navigating and what skill are you working on right now. And let's encourage one another in the comments. And until next time, keep learning, keep growing, trust your timing, and never confuse delayed success with failed success. Your journey is still unfolding and some of the best chapters may still be ahead.